Satnam, happy new moon, solar eclipse in Cancer. So when you add the solar eclipse energy, it takes that new beginning, that transformation, that new moon energy and blows it up. Makes it super huge, super powerful, super useful for our soul's transformation. So I want to talk about, so it's Cancer, Divine Mother, and we think sweetness and, hugs and kisses. Not so much. Not so much because we are in the eclipse season. And so when we are in this eclipse season, we are going into uncharted territories and we are using the energy of polarity. So even though the sun and moon is in Cancer, it is activating that south node in Capricorn. And the south node in Capricorn is dancing along with Pluto and Saturn, both in Capricorn. So what does this mean? Let's put all the astrology and just fill it in our hearts. Put the astrology to the side and feel what that Cancer Capricorn eclipse season is doing for us. We think of Cancer as the heart and emotions. It is. But this is going to be about speaking from the heart some of the toughest things we've ever had to say. How it's really looking for me, it's like fight for the light. Of course, with grace, with dignity, with unconditional love. But I've said this so many times, love is not a Hallmark card. It's not a Harlequin romance, right? Love is real, love is tangible, and Cancer is not, Cancer is a cardinal sign. So even though that little crab has a little shell to protect it, it's because what's under that shell is a massive wave of the cosmic mother's love. And, I always think, in Kundalini Yoga, Maharaj Kar, the lioness, to always be aware of the lioness energy of Divine Mother. So, a lion's going to take a swipe at you if you're going after her cubs or her den. So the cubs are the baby things that we are birthing. And in this mothery season, all of us are pregnant with something. And we are trying to give birth. And when we finally give birth, there is a moment of crisis when a baby comes, right? It's like, I can't fit in here anymore and I've got to come out. That's what's going on in your life, probably in a couple areas, but one in particular. It's good to look at where Cancer and Capricorn are in your chart. Like for me, Cancer is my rising. So I'm an Aquarius sun, but Cancer is my personality. It's the first thing you see is the Divine Mother, right? But it's like, so then what is it about how am I being seen that's being challenged, and where am I needing to speak my truth? And this is up for all of us. We want to have a very, very strong body, mind, emotional body, and soul. So we need to our Kundalini Yoga more than ever. So I'm going to put in the comments the trifecta, because the trifecta is actually 3 Kriyas. I think that it is such a great go-to for strength. So the one is fist of anger, putting the thumb underneath the hands and going right by the arc line, closing the eyes, gazing into the third eye with the breath like, and we do that and we really move the energy. We move all the fog away so that in this eclipse, we can feel our truth and have the baggage set aside so we can stand there in the light. The next one is we take our hands and we point the Jupiter finger up and we do Sat Kriya. We bring in the navel, Sat Nam, bringing us stability and strength. The next thing we do is the addiction meditation, clenching the back molars as we chant in our mind, Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. All of this will be in depth in the video below for a practice, but Satanama is such the eclipse season. It is the cycle of change. It is the cycle of transmutation, and transformation. What we're doing right now requires patience. Patience pays. You are making progress. but there's a few little fucked up things you're still hanging on to. And it could be emotional thought forms. It could be people in your life that shouldn't be there. It can be habits. It can be a combination. But you can feel this little stew that you've been stirring needs to be dumped out so that you can have this fresh new thing that you are birthing right now. So it's, take the new moon to get real and clear with yourself and be willing to speak your truth. I just want you to be ready that some of the truth you're going to speak is going to make other people not want to be around you anymore. And even if you say it as kind as you can, it's because they wanted the old you. They wanted what they always thought they can get from you. And now that it's not available, you are no longer what they want. And so, relax. We know what that means. They never really wanted who we are, or it can be like, long-lasting love is a spiritual thing. I mean, to be with my Maharaj Singh for 28 years, he has had to been able to expand and grow and roll with the punches and let me go down and come back up. Sometimes that's not meant to be. Right? Sometimes it's, I loved you for the journey, it's over now, and now I wish you the best. It's interesting, a lot of your past is going to come up and really teach you something. And, whenever I start getting this and I know what I'm going to say on one of these videos, then it happens to me. And I was on the trail and I was thinking about my first husband. I married him on September 13th when I was 20. I don't even know what year that was. But it's taken me 33 years, probably less. In the last 8 years, probably more and more, I have so valued my time with him because it really, it was horrible and wonderful, first love and all that, but so transformational. It's interesting. I opened Great Divine Flow on the 13th. I'm born on the 13th. So I opened it on our anniversary, September 13th, 2017. Now, it's a tantric numerology 5, but why would you ever, that you got a divorce from him? You know what? The 13 for me is the death card. And I am so certain that so much of what I learned with him has made the love of my life and the love I have with Tony possible. So, there may be something up from the past, especially because we got 5 planets going retrograde and Saturn and Pluto are part of that. And it's like, whoa, looking back behind you, reviewing, and what you learn. What did you learn? One of the things I learned in that relationship, I can be so mean. And this is, as you mature, it's like when I was younger, well, he deserved it. He cheated on me, blah, blah. Whatever with that. The truth is I had a cutting tongue, so cutting. And one of the biggest things I learned is if I was ever blessed to fall in love and really be with a man for a long term, I cannot do that. That certain ways with certain venom, there are certain times when you say too much, you've gone too far and there is no repairing it. And it really changed me. I'm not saying I'm never mean to Tony, but I was never again venomous like that. So this new moon solar eclipse, and as we move, Mercury will go retrograde, and we're going to have 5 planets retrograde. It's going to feel like, oh, but it's a new moon, we should be going forward. But remember, this is a patience pays period. This is what we're doing right now is going to have a big fruition by October, bang in December, and then finish out next summer. So you can't get there fast. So there is going to be some review. And when we review with love and we're really open, like, okay, all right, what was the wisdom? What could I understand? Now we get to have it as a gift. The way I see this new moon and solar eclipse is totally like we're a piece of coal, and Divine Mother is like constricting down on us. And yes, there's going to be parts of it like I did so good by last September. I was eating so healthy, totally blimped up again. I'm almost 150 pounds. I mean, really is that what I want to do? But there was something that happened to me in the last 2 days, like easily and effortlessly. And in fact, I was saying to someone, you know what, I think I just need to love myself like this and just be like this, and I want you to know that because it was when I let go of all shame and God, all of that, and just like maybe just love you. And there's so many things that are right. As soon as I did that, this discipline, this energy, this love, and for all the right reasons, why to take care of me and do better. So hopefully, and I love to out myself. So hopefully you'll be seeing me getting skinnier and skinnier. But who knows? For sure I'm going to get brighter and brighter, and so are you, because we are being made into diamonds. But we must be patient. We must say the things we need to say. We must do Kundalini yoga or whatever your yoga practice is. And I want you to know one of the biggest spiritual practices in my life is not Kundalini. It's walking in nature with my dog. Second to Kundalini is that. And honestly, I need them just as much. So you're going to need your spiritual toolkit and lots of patience. But remember, you're becoming a big old diamond and you're transforming. So stick with it. Keep up. Tony and I are doing a huge event on the solar eclipse tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Great Divine Flow. I hope to see you there. I love you. Waheguru.